Welcome to The Daily Decrypt, the go-to podcast for all things cybersecurity. Get ready to decrypt the complexities of cyber safety and stay informed. Stand at the frontier of cybersecurity news, where every insight is a key to unlocking the mysteries of the digital domain. Your voyage through the cyber news vortex starts now.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to the Daily Decrypt. Today we've got Hot Girl Farmer. She's going to be talking about some breaches and just providing general good company.
Yeah.
We're also going to be talking about a digital masquerade of over 60 fake news outlets. They're doing impressions of BBC, of CNN, and all kinds of other ones like the Washington Post. And it's just showing that imitation is not the sincerest form of flattery. Next, we're going to tap into a cyber heist where Taiwan Telecom's defenses were dialed down, reminding us that even the strongest networks can get a bad connection. And lurking in the shadows, we uncover GTPDOOR, which is a malware so stealthy that it gives ninjas a run for their money, sneaking through the mobile networks with the silence of a whisper.
Today, I'm going to start us off with who's been popped.
Oh my gosh, they got popped?
First up, Golden Corral, the place where Americans filled their plates, had too much taken. Over 180,000 individuals' data was served up to unauthorized guests. From social security numbers to medical information, it's a buffet no one signed up for. Let's chew on this. Keeping your data secure is important. Our number 2 story today, Casino del Sol rolls snake eyes in cybersecurity breach. Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona hit a streak of bad luck last week with a cybersecurity attack on their IT network. Starting February 21st, they've been playing a game they didn't bet on, restoring their entire system. From bingo to casino credits, everything's on hold. It's like they bet on black but landed on red.
That's a roulette reference. Hey, you used to live near Tucson. Have you ever been to the Casino of the Sun?
I can't say I have, but I do love Tucson a lot. I love me a Sonoran dog. Have you heard of that before?
Ooh. Is it, do you walk them like regular dogs?
It's a hot dog and the bun engulfs the entire thing, almost like a taco. And it's so soft and it has beans in it and a bunch of other delicious sauces, yeah. In the bun with the hot dog and a bunch of hot sauce. That
sounds like what a calanche in Texas wants to be or should be. It's just like a hot dog wrapped in a bun.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good, but it's, I don't know, sorry Texans, it's kind of boring.
Our third story, Taiwan's Telecom got hacked by hackers.
That's what they do.
Moving over to Taiwan, Chunghua's Telecom got more than a bit crossed. Hackers dialed in on sensitive information, including some top secret government chatter, and decided to make an international call to the dark web.
We've got a bit more about telecom later in the episode.
Ooh. Our fourth pop, Fairway Independent Mortgage, takes an unfair hit. Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation found itself in the rough in early December, with hackers taking a swing at their third-party systems. Personal and financial information of customers was up for grabs. Royal Canadian Mounted Police get an unwanted visitor.
Not the Mounties!
Rounding off our list, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police experienced an alarming cyber attack. Despite the breach, they've kept their horse in the race, maintaining operations and public safety. It's proof that when it comes to cybersecurity, you need to be mounted and ready to gallop off at a moment's notice.
Hey, good on the Mounties for keeping things up and running. That's pretty impressive. All right, so up next, some recent discoveries from The Guardian found that what's called a content farm has been impersonating major news outlets like CNN, The Guardian, Washington Post. And their motives are kind of surprising, but when you hear them, they make sense. They're essentially taking news articles, real news articles that were written by these major news outlets, and just reposting them on their own websites, so maybe called theguardiannews.com instead of just theguardian.com.
Oh gosh.
They're just trying to boost their search engine optimization, so SEO, by getting traffic hits on real news articles. And they're doing this so that they can sell ads. Makes sense.
Yeah, kind of smart.
Kind of smart. They also maintain social media pages for these fake news outlets, and they're getting lots of hits. But what gives them away is you'll see things like purchase ad space for $1,000 and the dollar signs at the end, not at the beginning. So how did they pull this off? Well, they started, like anyone else who's trying to boost their SEO, they're spamming forum sites, they're making social media posts, they're buying Google News ads, and they're doing whatever they can to get their fraudulent websites up to the top. So why do we care? I can think of a few reasons. First of all, these news outlets are working hard, and these fake news outlets are taking revenue dollars from the real news outlets who already probably are vastly underpaid. Especially even with like ChatGPT out there and generative AI, news outlets are struggling. So we want to make sure that we're reading the articles from the real news outlets and supporting them as much as we can. Their work is invaluable. And this just serves as a stark reminder of how easy it is to consume content that isn't real. Especially in this election year, we gotta be really careful that the news articles we're reading are from the trusted sources. These specific users aren't out there to trick anybody, but they easily could. Once they boost their search engine optimization, they could start slipping in incorrect information and stuff like that. So, yep, just a reminder to stay vigilant out there. Check your sources. All right, our final story for the day is about a stealthy GTPDOOR Linux malware that targets mobile operator networks, which I told you was coming. We all have got cell phones. They all run on networks. What a shame it would be if malware got into those networks and started listening to your calls and reading your text messages and all of that stuff. So that's exactly what this malware does.
Everyone's biggest fear.
Everyone's biggest fear. So this GTPDOOR, which is very confusing because ChatGPT is out there, but this is GTPDOOR, has infiltrated the heart of mobile operator networks. This was discovered by the vigilant eye of security researcher HaxRob. Thanks, HaxRob. And the cyber specter targets the very infrastructure that keeps our mobile world connected. This isn't just any cyber intrusion. It's a calculated move to access the core network of telecoms, threatening the confidentiality and integrity of communications worldwide. But what makes GTPDOOR so elusive? It's all in the modus operandi.
Ooh.
This malware doesn't just knock on the door, it blends in with the legitimate traffic of the telecommunications network, using the GPRS tunneling protocol control plane for its covert operations. Its creators, believed to be part of the Light Basin threat group, have crafted it to execute commands silently, leaving little trace of its presence. So you might wonder, how does this affect me? Like we said at the beginning, imagine if someone was listening to all of your calls, reading your texts, or even had the power to disrupt your mobile service without ever being detected. That's the kind of risk we're looking at. GTPDOOR's ability to mimic legitimate system processes and listen for specific commands means it can operate undetected, gathering intelligence or potentially causing havoc in the shadows. But fear not, the brave defenders are on it. Detection strategies include monitoring for unusual activities that could indicate GTPDOOR's presence. Standard. I mean, yeah, that's a good tactic, I'd say. Such as unexpected raw socket activities or processes masquerading as kernel threads. Additionally, implementing GTP firewalls and adhering to strict security guidelines are essential in fortifying networks against such threats.
So that last story, is that applicable to just regular people day to day? What can we learn from that?
This, like we said, has the potential to disrupt service. And I think mobile service is considered a critical infrastructure now, especially in the United States.
Yeah, we really realized that when AT&T's towers were down. It was like, oh wow, this is a vital part of our day-to-day life, more than we even thought.
Absolutely.
So people can, what, call Verizon, write in, email?
Hey, if you're an activist type, yeah, feel free to reach out to your mobile carrier and see if they're at least tracking this malware. You might be on hold for a minute trying to get a hold of your IT department, but yeah. Can't hurt.
Yeah, it can't hurt to sound the alarm and make sure companies are monitoring and aware.
Absolutely. And that's all we've got for you today. Huge thanks to Hot Girl Farmer for being a recurring guest on this podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, it was my pleasure. And we hope you're having the best week of your life, and we'll talk to you more tomorrow.
All right, see you guys.